Okay, so in my island update for this week, we're talking about fears of a holiday price rise for 2026. It's been in the news, but we're going to see what everyone has had to say about this. Plus, we are nearing the end of the season now. We're in the final week of the summer 2025 season. If you're over here on holiday, I'm going to let you know what we have planned for Halloween. There are plenty of events happening around the island. Also, as well, in this video, I've got the cruise news for you and the all-important weather forecast for the week ahead. Now, this is a pre-recorded video because at the time of this going out, I will be in the UK having a little bit of a half-term holiday with my family. However, I'm filming this down here on the far side of Palma. I'm on Escalating beach and we've got the tail end of Storm Benjamin blowing across the island at the moment, and I'm going to just have to put my sunglasses on as well because the sun's like right out in front of me. So anyway, let's talk about the potential of holiday price increases for 2026 and what that means. Now, it's been no secret that the cost of holidays has been increasing over the past few years, since the pandemic actually. And just looking at a report that's Which made, and this is Which, the publication Which in the UK, back in 2023. Now, this report stated that the price of a package holiday to Spain, Turkey and Italy had jumped by 20%. And also at the time as well, back in 2023, the price of a holiday had jumped to Greece by 30%. They also say as well, flights to popular destinations are up as much as 71% compared with 2022, while hotel rates had risen above inflation. But to bring us right up to date here to 2025, and we can also see as well, in comparison, the rapid climb of the price of holidays that we've had this year. Because in July, the BBC reported that holidays to Spain, Cyprus and Turkey soared in price. And you can see this actually in an article that they wrote based on research from the company Travel Supermarket. Now, this year in Spain, we've seen the cost of holidays increasing from around £835 to £940. And I would say that is about right per person to come over here on holiday, maybe even a little bit more to come here to Mallorca. As you know, the Balearic Islands are just a little bit more expensive. But it's not just Spain, because, well, you can see that Spain still remains the cheapest option for holidays in Europe. You've only got to compare as well. Tunisia and Malta is coming in a little bit less expensive. So for everyone in the comments this summer who is saying that Spain now is becoming unaffordable and that you may well be staying away from Spain in the future, and that you'd also rather go to Greece, well, the average price of a holiday per person to Greece is around and in the region of £1,000. Now, I do apologise for my international viewers. I'm sorry to make this video a little bit UK based, but the reason I'm making it is because, well, we have been warned of bad news at the end of November. And it's fair to say as well that the industry is worried because the UK Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, and let's face it, she doesn't have an enviable job. She won't be getting any popularity points as we go on into November, because she'll be setting out her economic plans for the annual budget in the UK. And it's looking like, and according to the Independent newspaper, they say travel bosses issue holiday cost warning over Rachel Reeves's tax proposals. Jet2 and TUI bosses, who are the big package holiday companies in the UK, have warned tax rises could make holidays too costly for some. They also say as well that British holidaymakers face the prospect of pricier holidays if Rachel Reeves implements tax increases in next month's budget. And TUI's UK manager Neil Swanson warns that holidays will become too costly for some people if the Chancellor does this. And Jet2 Chief Executive Steve Heapy, meanwhile, feared the budget could raise taxes by £50 billion annually, and he said essentially it would be screwing Middle England. And Mr. Swanson warns that travel companies would be forced to raise holiday prices if taxes on businesses were increased further. He said, "We won't be able to absorb the extra costs that come along there, and we'll need to pass on some or all of that on depending on what actually happens. And that's going to price some people out of the market." You want travel to be for everyone and not just for the people who have got the deeper pockets. And well, that's what it's starting to feel like. That's what it's starting to feel like at the moment. You know, soon it's just going to be the people with money that can go on holidays. It's going to be the people with money that can basically do anything. Now, I know many of you that have said in the past that Mallorca has become more expensive and it's unlikely you'll be coming back in the future. Let me know in the comments where you'll be going. Let me know in the comments as well if you will be coming back next year. I mean, we'd love to have you all back, and bargains can be had as well. Bargains can be had over here. I have heard and I have talked to holidaymakers over here who have found really, really good deals. If I were you, if you haven't booked your holiday yet, book it before the budget. I will drop an affiliate link in the description text below this video. Book your holiday before Rachel Reeves decides to put up taxes and affect the price of your holiday for 2026. Secure it now if you can. Okay, so you can see I'm falling into the shade here. I'm just going to walk a little bit further along the beach here because my camera is blowing around a little bit. Let's just head on into another shady spot here, maybe get some views down Escaragador Beach. Okay, so we are now in the final week of summer 2025 over here in Mallorca, and as I said in my video from over here in Palma Nova, I'll drop the link to that in the description text below, but we are starting to see the resorts close down now for the summer season. So with the official end to the summer season being on the 31st of October, traditionally the hotels used to close down on that day and they didn't stay open for the 1st of November. But this year it's going to be a little bit different because I am seeing that most hotels are now staying open until the 1st of November, which is going to allow Halloween events to take place on the island and for you guys to enjoy them as well, not just residents, but also for you guys over here on the holiday, particularly as it is half-term week. So what have we got taking place over here in Mallorca for Halloween? Well, Pirates, the annual Pirates Halloween show, the Fright Night Fiesta, will be taking place over at Pirates in Magaluf on the 31st of October, but get your tickets before. There will be an event in Tom Brown's right on the beach in front of the restaurant. Go and check that out. There's also going to be a Halloween party over at Barcode 7 in Santa Ponza. Plus, over here in Palma Nova, just around the corner here actually, in the Stadium Palma Nova, they're going to be having a Halloween night. The doors open at 7:30 and the live music starts at 9. If you're a little bit further down the coast, maybe you've got a holiday home over here, the Anchor Sports Bar in El Toro also has a Halloween night taking place. I've also seen as well a Halloween night as well taking place on other areas of the island. If you are in another area of the island at the moment and you've seen a Halloween party advertised, let me know in comments where you've seen that as well, and maybe help our other holiday makers who are here for Halloween too. But also various municipalities will be celebrating Halloween for local resident children, and of course if you're here on holiday with kids, get involved too, because we do have the Nit de las Animes 2025 taking place over in Poyensa and Puerto Poyensa on the 31st of October. It is basically ghost night for kids and they will have various activities taking place and spooky things happening as well, so that should be really, really lovely. Also as well, this will be taking place down in the Siliot and also Porto Cristo area and down the east coast as well, probably I'm guessing around Cala Milor too. Don't forget too that the 1st of November is a public holiday over here in Mallorca, and well, that's going to see the closure of many of the hotels. It also means too that it's All Saints Day, and traditionally this is a day when families get together in the cemeteries to remember their loved ones. You're going to see the flower stalls on the Rambla in Palma open as well, so relatives can buy flowers and take them to the cemeteries. It's otherwise known as All Hallows Day, but it is a public holiday. If you're still in resorts though, do not worry, some places will be open. You will be able to find something to eat, because not everything is going to close on the 1st of November or the 31st of October for this year. I was out last night in my neighbourhood in Cala Mayor, and one of the bars that I was in said that they will not be closing until the 12th of November. I will be having a video coming out about visiting Mallorca in November. I know some of you are holiday home owners over here, and I know some of you will be wanting to escape the autumn and the winter from Northern Europe and coming over here. I can just see the wind has picked up again. Just as the wind has dropped, it has now picked up. I'm being blasted by sand, but let's continue more about the weather later on in this video. But we also see as well some of the big hotels are trying to hang on just a few more days into November. The Son Matias Beach Hotel, I know, is closing on the 3rd of November too, but you will find places to eat. There's always somewhere to eat in the resorts, even going through the winter. And at which point I'm going to say subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because I will be filming out and about in resorts over the winter months. I will have a live stream on Sunday afternoon. I'll make the occasional video as well during the week. Won't be quite as active as I am in the summer, but I will be helping to prepare you for your summer holiday for next year and taking a look at some other sides and some different sides to Mallorca too. Okay, so what else do you need to know? Well, the island is currently, and very surprisingly, packed at the moment. I've just seen down here in Palma Nova buses passing by completely full on this beautiful sunny day. The island is busy, and with that as well, if you're here for the final week of the holiday season, well, bear in mind as well that the cruise ships are going to be coming into Palma Port. It's going to mean that the main key sites are going to be busy on some days. So we have a total of 47,000 cruise ship passengers arriving into Palma Port this week. The busiest days are going to be Monday the 27th of October and the 1st of November as well. That's going to mean that key sites will still be busy. However, with the season closing, they shouldn't be too packed. But like I said, I will be out and about around the island. You're going to see how busy this island and how key sites will be over the winter months, because they're trying to extend the holiday season here, and they're trying to vary tourism too, and vary the types of holiday makers that do come out to the islands outside of the summer season. So keep an eye on those videos. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the cruise ships over the winter as well. I might have a little bit more content coming out about the cruises that come out over here to Mallorca as well. Keep an eye on the channel for those videos. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the week ahead. Well, hopefully Storm Benjamin will have passed by the time this video does go out. But we have had some absolutely lovely weather for the past week. Is it going to be nice on the final week of the summer season? After an initial temperature drop at the beginning of the week, the temperatures will be climbing again to highs of 24 degrees Celsius by the 31st of October. Evening lows will be 10 degrees, which is cold, so make sure you bring out a coat and maybe a scarf and something warm to wear after the sun goes down. I am seeing a risk of rain across the island on Thursday, but this should be short-lived with sunshine returning by Friday. But in the meantime, enjoy the warmer temperatures that we have for the final week of the summer season. Okay, everyone, that is my final news update, my final islands update for summer 2025. I will be giving you a weekly update from here, from Mallorca, as we go on through the winter season as well. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Stay in touch with all things Mallorca, and I'm going to also bring you more information to help you out with your holiday as we roll through the winter season. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for watching. I will drop a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube. Don't forget, you can find me on Facebook and on Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye for now.